Today we'll be taking a quick look at the Blaylock Easy Lock Gooseneck Coupler Lock combo. This is going to give you some extra peace of mind to keep your coupler and your trailer safe whenever you have to store it for long-term or long periods of time, or if you're just in a high traffic or high crime area and you just don't want that trailer to go missing on you. We'll get our coupler lock itself, which is going to be this cast aluminum piece going around that coupler, has a steel pin going across, and then that's locked by our padlock here, and then up at the top with our column pin or our set screw there, it's also going to have another coupler lock and another padlock as well to keep all that secured. Now, some questions that customers have are, can you get those padlocks key-to-like? And you can order them to be key-to-like, so you really only need one set of keys to unlock both. They're both of these couplers, the one that goes around the coupler lock and then the one that goes around that set screw, those are both made of cast aluminum, so you don't have to worry about any rusting or corrosion, lightweight and durable. And then that pin that goes across is a hardened steel. The locks themselves are made of a stainless steel with hardened steel pins or clasp that goes in there to keep everything secure. Now, one thing I will say is that any lock is really just a deterrent, and if somebody's really determined to get your coupler to get your coupler free and your trailer, they're going to find a way to do it. One customer actually said that somebody pried this off, so that is something to keep in mind, that no lock is impervious. But this is going to do a great job of deterring pretty much most people out there and keeping honest people honest. It does come with the locks, keys, the bottom coupler lock, and that set pin lock, and again the 4 sets of keys to go between the two. The way this is going to work, this one can be a little tricky to figure out how exactly it fits on there. Our lock turns to get in place, and then this one will have our pin that goes through, a little spacer that goes on the other side to make sure that there's no wiggle there. And then this piece actually sits on top of this large fender washer that I put behind the jam nut on that locking nut or locking screw here. So you can just pop that in place. You will have to back that screw all the way out, put that fender washer in place, and then tighten it down normally. And then you can just fit that over that big channel on the inside. That's what's actually going to slide over that and keep it in place. And then the pin goes through. You'll want to put that spacer in there again, take out any gap, and then we'll just turn that pin until we can get our lock going through there to secure it in place. The bottom portion just slides around your coupler. You'll want to have this kind of hook portion going around the back handle portion, and then where that jaw opens, that's where that steel pin will go across. So that makes it so that nobody can take that off unless they've got Hulk hands or something to really jam that off. Again, any lock is a deterrent, but this is going to do a great job of keeping most people out of the business of taking your stuff. That aluminum construction is aircraft grade aluminum, so again it's going to resist any kind of wear or corrosion. The application for these is going to fit most of your RAM gooseneck couplers. The latch, so this bottom portion measures about 11 inches front to back. We're measuring from one end to the other. And then at the widest point here at the back, it's about 6.5 inches wide and about 4 inches tall. I think this back portion here will be probably the tallest portion. The space inside is about 6 inches, So going from where this brace meets with kind of the mouth of it there, you have about 6 inches. So that's how much space you'll have in between there. The back portion will have about 5 inches. The smaller lock up at the top is about 2 inches wide, or 4 inches wide by 4 inches tall. Excuse me, it's not. With just the latch lock itself, without the padlock installed, it's about 3 inches tall and about 2.5 inches wide. With that padlock on there, it's going to be a little bit taller, so that's going to be about 4.5 inches. And then it comes off of our coupler by about 2.5 inches. The pin diameter back here is 3/4 of an inch wide. Overall, I think this is going to be a really great system to keep everything secured. It's very visible, so you can tell even from a distance that this is all locked up, and I think it's going to be a very secure system, and it should last for a good long time for you. Customers really seem to like it. It can be a little tricky to figure out how to get it on there at first, but once you get it in place, it's really not too bad to get it installed each time. And that's going to do it for our look at the Blaylock Easy Lock Gooseneck Coupler Lock Combo.